Currently, we have 28 hero equipments in Clash of Clans, and it is almost impossible to max each one unless you spend huge amount of money into the game. So, as a free-to-play player, it is really important to know which equipment you should invest your ores into, which ones you should not upgrade, and which equipments are worth buying from the shop. I will tell you everything about each equipment, best synergy according to the strategies, minimum levels required for lower town halls, as well as higher town halls, and at the end, I will give you some pro tips to get maximum value with the ores. So you will not need any other equipment guide after watching this one. Alright, we will start with the king. He has 4 very good and versatile equipments, while the remaining 3 are not that great and have very niche use cases. I've arranged them all in the priority list to help you understand that better. Now, the best and most useful king equipment right now is the earthquake boots. It's so broken on lower town halls and have great synergy with both king epics. Its combination with spiky ball is currently the best build for the king even after the recent nerfs, and it literally works in any strategy. The main thing about this equipment is it can open any walls right from level 1, which allows to open up the base for ground attacks. And it also damage up buildings in large area, allowing to one-shot buildings at TH16 and below when combined with Spiky Ball. Other than that, it can also work so well with Gauntlet when you send him into the base in Zap Witches or ground bat attacks. So I highly recommend you to upgrade this equipment. You can unlock it at TH8, but for TH12 and below, I recommend you to upgrade it to level 9 before using it. And for TH13 and above, upgrade it to level 15 for best hero boosts and area damage. The second best king equipment is the Spiky Ball. As I said, the ball and boots is the best build for the king right now. And other than that, it can also pair so well with the Vamp Stash. It works quite similar to the Seeking Shield of the RC, but it can also target non-defensive buildings and does more damage. So it's great to take down a key defense over the walls, or take down a huge chunk of the base when combined with the earthquake boots. This is the best epic for the king right now, so I highly recommend you to buy it from the shop if you have missed out on it. For Town Hall 12 and below, I recommend you to upgrade it to level 12 for maximum value, and for Town Hall 13 and above, upgrade it all the way to level 18 to hit 7 buildings while also getting significant hero boost. At number 3, we have the Giant Gauntlet. Its combination with Rage Vial was the best set for the king before buffs to Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball, and it still is the best set for the king if you use him outside for quick funneling in Queen Charge or Super Witch attacks. Other than that, it also synergizes great with Earthquake Boots, and I highly recommend you to use this combination over the Boots and Ball combo in Zap Witches and Ground Bat attacks to turn your king into Mega Tank in the core of the base. It allows the king to do splash damage during the time of activation, and also reduce the incoming damage significantly. So when you pair it with the damage increase of the Rage Vial, he can clear out so much of the base while taking very less damage. You can also buy this equipment from the League shop with 750 medals if you didn't have it already, which I believe is a better option rather than spending 1500 gems for it. Now for TH12 and below, I recommend you to upgrade it to level 9 before using it, and for TH13 and above, upgrade it to level 18 for the best value in terms of ability duration and damage reduction. The other king equipment worth investing ores into is the Rage Vial. As I said earlier, it has great synergy with the Giant Gauntlet, and it can also work with other common equipments at lower town halls. This equipment gives the king an increased movement speed and damage output for 10 seconds, which also stacks up with other active abilities. That's why it works so well with the Giant Gauntlet. Get it to level 9 for TH12 and below, and for higher town halls, get it to level 15 for better value per ores. Now we have 3 very niche and less useful king equipments, starting with the Vamp Stash. It is a passive ability that heals the king every time he hits any building and also increase his attacking speed. It has good synergy with Spiky Ball when King is used for outside funneling. But as I said earlier, we already have a better option in Giant Gauntlet and Rage Vial. Other than that, it also works okay with some other equipments, but there's always a better option available. So I don't recommend you to invest ores into it, unless you have some extra ores and really want to try this equipment. Up next, we have the Snake Bracelet. It is also a passive ability that spawns snakes to fight along every time the king takes damage. It sounds overpowered at first, but there is a catch. It can spawn maximum of 54 snakes at the max level, and at lower levels it spawns very few of them. Also, those snakes are very squishy and will not get any value at all, especially at the higher town halls. It may work at lower town halls with Vamp Stash or Rage Vial, but I don't recommend you to invest any ores into it, unless it gets some sort of rework or get a huge buff. Now the worst king equipment right now is the Barbarian Puppet. It is an active ability that spawns group of raged Barbarian on the activation, only to die to a giant bomb or any splash defense in blink of an eye. So I don't recommend you to put any ores into it, unless it gets a massive buff. Alright, now let's move to the Archer Queen. She has 3 very good and strong equipments, while the other 3 are not that useful and have niche use cases. Out of them all, the best one in my opinion is the Healer Puppet. It spawns maximum of 3 healers on activation that can heal the queen and other troops for entire attack or until they get taken out by the defenses. On top of that, it also provides some self-healing per second to the queen as hero boost. So you can always turn it into a mini queen charge and the queen will survive much longer with this equipment. It has great synergy with each queen equipment, but its combination with Magic Mirror is the best for any ground attack except queen charges. And its combination with Giant Arrow is excellent to snipe air defenses or sweepers for dragon or electro dragon attacks. The only bad thing about this equipment is you unlock it at Town Hall 12, so you cannot use it at TH11 and below. I recommend you to upgrade it to level 15 straight away to get 3 healers on activation. The second best and perhaps the most versatile queen equipment is the Magic Mirror. It is an epic equipment that spawns up to 2 clones of Archer Queen on activation, while also making her invisible for a second and recovering some of the health. The clones can stay up to 30 seconds and have decent stats, so they can tank for the Archer Queen while also doing good amount of damage. It makes this equipment great to use, especially when Queen is under heavy damage. Just pop the ability and you have 3 Archer Queens that will dish out so much damage in no time. It has great synergy with other queen equipments, but its combination with Healer Puppet is by far the best build for the Archer Queen. You can use it in pretty much any strategy, and its combination with Frozen Arrow works best in the queen charge attacks to get her out of critical situations. You can start using it from level 9 at lower town halls, but for higher town halls, I recommend you to get it to level 18 for that extra clone. Up next, we have the Giant Arrow. It deals great amount of damage in a straight line on activation, but players normally use it to snipe air defenses and sweeper, or to trigger the invisibility spell towers at higher town halls. It requires very high precision in queen's deployment and timing, but if you line up properly, you can always get 2 air defenses with this equipment, which is great for dragon attacks, and since they are so strong in current meta, it makes this equipment very viable. Usually, it is used with Healer Puppet to ensure Queen stays alive for longer. But for TH11 and below, pairing it with the Frozen Arrow or Magic Mirror will also work fine. You need level 9 Giant Arrow to take down the sweepers, but to snipe the air defenses, you need to upgrade it to level 12 for TH13 and below. And for higher town halls, upgrade it all the way to level 18. Now we will move to the less useful queen equipments, starting with the Frozen Arrow. It is a passive ability that slows down the queen's current target, while also increasing her DPS slightly. It is great for queen charges to easily get through high damaging defenses or enemy heroes, but it cannot slow down multiple defenses, so in other strategies it is not very useful, as the queen can easily get overwhelmed by multiple defenses. Its combination with Magic Mirror or Invisibility Vial is the best build for queen charge attacks. Other than that, you can also use it with other queen equipments at TH11 and below, where you don't have access to the healer puppet. You can start using this equipment right from level 6, but for higher town halls, I recommend you to upgrade it to level 15 for maximum ore efficiency. Next one on this list is the Invisibility Vial. It turns the queen invisible for the duration of the ability and also provide additional damage per shot. Its combination with Healer Puppet used to be the best build for queen before the Magic Mirror was released. But ever since then, it got overshadowed as the Magic Mirror can do everything the Invisibility Vial can do, but in a much better way. So it feels a better option now. It synergizes well with pretty much any queen equipment similar to the Magic Mirror. And its combination with Frozen Arrow even works better than the mirror in queen charges. But it's not worth investing ores into in a longer run, because once you get the Magic Mirror, you won't need it anymore. And if you don't have the mirror or not planning to buy it anytime soon, then level 9 is great on this equipment for every town hall level. Now, the worst queen equipment right now is the Archer Puppet. It spawns some invisible archers on activation with slight health recovery. But they can die to a giant bomb or any splash defense even if the queen gets targeted, and the other queen equipments provide much more value than this. So similar to the Barbarian Puppet, I don't recommend you to put any ores into this equipment. Now, unlike the King and Queen, all of the Warden's equipments are very good, and they always have some sort of use cases, except maybe one. But the most useful out of all, and perhaps the best equipment in entire game, is the Eternal Tome. It gives up to 8 seconds of immunity to all the nearby troops from all incoming damage. Interestingly, it doesn't give any other hero boosts, but the invincibility from it is more than enough to make it the best hero equipment. It synergizes with any Warden equipment other than the Fireball, and you always want to use this equipment in any non-Fireball based strategy. Its combination with Healing Tome is the best build for Warden on TH13 and above, and it pretty much works with any strategy. And its combination with Life Gem works great for Lalo and hybrid attacks. Other than that, its combination with Rage Gem will also work so well in dragon-based attack at lower town halls. As I said, it is the best hero equipment in entire game, so I highly recommend you to level up this equipment. For Town Hall 12 and below, get it to level 9, and for higher town halls, upgrade it all the way to level 18 to get 8 seconds of immunity. Now, the second best Warden equipment is the Fireball. It kinda switches the Warden from the support hero to a solo damage dealer. It basically targets the closest defense on activation and do splash damage in large area. It sounds great, but if you pair it with invisibility spells, then you can control its landing to literally nuke out a quadrant of the base. It doesn't synergize with other Warden equipments, but its combination with Rage Gem turns him into a one-man army in triple hero charge and smash type attacks. They are so overpowered in current meta, and it's so much fun to do this type of attacks at every town hall levels. So I highly recommend you to upgrade this epic equipment. For Town Hall 13 and below, level 15 is enough to one-shot most buildings, and for higher town halls, upgrade it to level 24 to get larger damage radius. At number 3, we have the Healing Tome. It has same range to the Eternal Tome, which constantly heal the nearby troops for up to 20 seconds upon activation. The healing is undeniable, and it can literally heal back any troop to full health in just few seconds. Its combination with Eternal Tome is by far the best build for the Warden in non-Fireball based strategies. It can easily get you through a high damaging area, and it works for both air and ground attacks. You unlock it at TH13, but getting it to level 12 will already give you the most value out of it. Up next, we have the Rage Gem. It is a passive ability that increases damage percentage of all the nearby troops that are in Warden's aura ring for the whole attack, while also significantly increasing the attack speed of Warden. Due to that, it pairs great with Fireball, as Warden can move a bit faster while having added DPS from both equipments, as we usually charge him solo in Fireball-based attacks. Other than that, you can also use it with the Eternal Tome in Dragon-based attacks at TH 11 and 12, where you don't have access to the Healing Tome. For Town Hall 13 and below, upgrade it to level 9. And for higher Town Halls, get it to level 15 to get the best value per ores. At number 5, we have the Life Gem. It is also a passive ability that increases hit points of the troops that stays in Warden's aura ring. It can increase up to 100% of hit points, but has a cap at 50 hit points. So it is very beneficial for low HP troops like Witch or Hogs, but not as useful for Electro Dragons or Pekkas. It works great with Eternal Tome at Town Hall 11 and 12, but at TH 13, we get access to the Apprentice Warden, which does the same job for ground-based attacks, and it's also relatively very cheap, so we can use it instead of the Life Gem and replace it with other good equipments like Healing Tome in those attacks. Other than that, it works great in low HP armies like Hybrid, Lalo, or Witches, but these attacks doesn't work at the highest levels of the Town Halls. Level 12 on this equipment is good enough for any Town Hall level, but I don't recommend you to use it on higher Town Halls unless you're using the Lalo strategy. Now, the worst Warden equipment right now is the Lavaloon Puppet. It is an epic equipment that spawns up to 2 Lavaloon troops on activation, whose level scales at higher equipment levels. It may work in Zap Dragon attacks at TH 11 and 12, but the 2 Lavaloons easily gets overwhelmed at higher Town Halls. So I don't recommend you to upgrade this equipment unless it gets a massive buff or some sort of rework. Similar to the Warden, RC also has a versatile set of equipments, and all of them are very useful. But the most overpowered out of them is the Electro Boots. It was so powerful on release that they have to nerf it within a week. It is a passive ability that allows RC to do aura damage in a small circle around her, similar to the Electro Titans, while also giving some self-healing per second. It synergizes with any RC equipment, but its combination with Hog Puppet is by far the most versatile one. You can use this combination with pretty much any strategy, but if you want to charge her solo, then its combination with Haste Vial or Rocket Spear is a better option. We already get access to RC very late at Town Hall 13, so I will only suggest minimum levels for higher Town Halls with her equipment. And for Electro Boots, level 15 is more than enough for every Town Hall level. Now, the second best RC equipment right now is the Hog Puppet. It spawns up to 9 Hog Riders on activation, while also giving some health recovery to RC and making her invisible for 1 second. The levels of spawned Hog Riders depends on the equipment level. Due to all these benefits, it completely replaced the Royal Gem and has great synergy with every other RC equipment. But as I said earlier, its combination with Electro Boots is the best set for RC right now. And if you don't have the boots, then you can also use it with Haste Vial or Seeking Shield. Upgrade it to level 15, and you are good to go. Third best RC equipment right now is the Rocket Spear. It is an epic equipment that allows RC to throw up to 10 long-range shots with extra damage on activation, while also providing decent DPS and hit points increase as a hero boost. This stat is useless, by the way. Its combination with Seeking Shield works great when you use her for the funneling purposes. And it also works great with Electro Boots and RC Charge, especially with the Phoenix pet equipped. I recommend you to upgrade it all the way to level 18 to get 9 long-range shots while also getting significant damage increase. At number 4, we have the Haste Vial. It is an active ability that gives increased movement speed as well as attacking speed to the RC for up to 10 seconds, while also providing decent attacking speed as hero boost that stays for entire attack as well. If you don't have any epic equipment, then its combination with Hog Puppet is the best build for RC, and its combination with Electro Boots is the best build for RC Charge or the Spirit Walk based attacks. Level 15 on this equipment is great since it doubles the attacking speed of RC, while also providing significant movement speed. At number 5, we have the Seeking Shield. It is an active ability that throws a shield to 4 nearest defense, dealing decent projectile damage on activation. As I said earlier in the video, it works similar to the Spiky Ball of the King, but it targets the defenses, but only 4 of them. Its combination with Rocket Spear works best when you use the RC for funneling purposes, or to snipe a key defense early in the attack. Other than that, you can also use it with Royal Gem or Hog Puppet at Town Hall 13 and 14 when you don't have the Haste Vial or the Electro Boots. I recommend you to upgrade it to level 15 to one-shot squishy defenses like Archer Towers or the Cannons. Now, the worst RC equipment right now is the Royal Gem. It is an active ability that recovers massive amount of health on activation. It can work well with Haste Vial or even Electro Boots. But as I said earlier, the Hog Puppet is far better and just a better version of it, so it doesn't make any sense to upgrade this equipment. Now we will move to the Minion Prince. He is by far the least useful hero. That's why I put him at the end. He has 3 common equipments. They might have added another one when this video is uploaded, but at the time of recording, he only has 3. The best and the most useful one is the Dark Orb. It is an active ability that slows down defenses and enemy heroes in large area in front of him for up to 18 seconds, while also dealing slight damage. It works great with Henchman Puppet in dragon-based attacks, and some people even use it in ground attacks like Root Rider spam. But it doesn't synergize well with the Metal Pants equipment since the slowing effect kinda wastes the damage reduction shield. For Town Hall 12 and below, upgrade it to level 9. And for higher Town Halls, get it to level 15 to get the best value out of it. At number 2, we have the Henchman Puppet. It is an active ability that spawns 2 henchmen to protect the Minion Prince. It also makes the Minion Prince invisible for a second, similar to the Magic Mirror or Hog Puppet. So it's great when Prince is taking heavy damage, because the henchmen have good health so they can soak the damage while Prince stay protected behind them. As I said earlier, its combination with Dark Orb works best in dragon-based attacks. Other than that, its combination with Metal Pants is great when you use him solo for the funneling, especially at the lower town halls. Get it to level 9 for lower town halls, and for higher town halls, upgrade it to level 12 to get level 5 henchmen and decent hero boost. Now, the worst Prince equipment right now is the Metal Pants. It is an active ability that reduces the incoming damage on Minion Prince for up to 15 seconds on activation. The damage reduction also scales with equipment level. As I said earlier, it doesn't synergize well with the Dark Orb, but it can be used with Henchman Puppet when Prince is used for funneling at lower town halls. Level 12 is good enough on this equipment, but I don't recommend you to invest any ores into it, since we already use Minion Prince only if other heroes are not available. And also, they will soon release epic equipments for him that can definitely be better than the Metal Pants. Alright, now let's talk about how to get maximum ores. There are basically 3 ways to get ores for free-to-play players. First is through the daily star bonus, second is clan wars, and third is to buy them with raid medals. Now, to maximize the ores from daily star bonus, you have to push up higher in the trophies. I am not asking you to push straight into the Legend League, but try to keep it as high as you can, because the higher your league is, the more ores you get in a daily bonus. It makes such a huge difference in daily basis, and with the new Clash Anytime update, it's not that hard to push trophies now. For maximizing the ores from clan wars though, the best thing you can do is to win every single war. But as we all know, it's not always possible. So here's the thing. Now, most of you know that the higher you attack in the war, the more ores you get. So always try to attack above your mirror base. And if you're winning a particular war, then always use one of your attack on the number 1 or 2 guy. Just try to get at least 1 star, and you will get way more ores than you'll otherwise get. Now for maximizing the ores through Trader Shop, you have to get more raid medals. If you're already in an active clan, then you'll easily get more than 1,000 medals every week. But if you're not, then bookmark some clans with higher capital league and do the capital raids in those clans. Then come back to your clan after finishing all your raids. That will easily get you above 1,000 raid medals. And from those medals, always buy 2 glowy ore packs no matter what, and buy either starry ore or shiny ore according to your requirement. You can also use gems sometimes if you want. They are available at very reasonable price. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful.